Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. You need to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together, or whatever beverage you deem necessary. Go ahead and do that now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. So we're going to be talking about some things that I've been seeing go up in price in the grocery stores. We're going to talk a little bit about what you guys have been talking about as well, of different prices going up around the country and around the world. Couple to name, and I'm going to go off of the food thing here for a little bit. We're going to talk about some other things. We're going to talk about maybe some other items that you might want to check out before prices go up on some of those things. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is probably the most obvious: metal. Anything that has metal in it, aluminum, any steel or aluminum products, I would get on that quickly. I would think about what you need. You know, whether that's something for your car, because see, that's what's going to happen is cars are going to go up in price again. And then things for cars are going to go up in price, right? Like car batteries, different fluids for your car. We're seeing where oil may go up again, right? A lot. It could, and again, Walmart, good place to get oil. It may not be the highest quality, but the Super Tech oil is still pretty cheap there for 5 gallons. I mean, even some of the Mobil 1 there for $25 for 5 gallons, that's a pretty good deal. A lot of places that would be $40 or more. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those. I'll go over for just a second some of the things, some of the obvious things that we've been talking about on the channel in case you are new to the channel here. Beef prices are going through the roof. So when you find sales on beef and stuff like that, hamburger, things that you can put in your freezer. If you have a deep freezer, you find a sale on it. Might want to stock up on some of that because it doesn't look like those prices are going down anytime soon. And sugar prices have gone up. Take that for what you will. But, the one thing that I've seen in the past is when things like sugar or flour go up, or wheat or spices or things like that, all of a sudden we're going to see a lot of products in the grocery store go up because this is what they're going to be pointing at. Right? Now, a lot of the different produce that we've seen go up in price lately has a lot to do with weather from last year. There was some bad hurricanes that rolled through Florida, one that was very bad. We've had strange weather all around the world. We've had serious droughts. We've had serious downpours. And this doesn't bode well for crops that a lot of people around the world are trying to grow, produce, and send to us or everywhere else in the world. So those are some other things and other reasons why those prices have gone up. But all of these have a lot to do with different things that go up at certain times, right? We have like this whole metal thing. We're hearing it in commercials now. I talked about this the other day for a second. I keep hearing different commercials. I hear car commercials. Come in before the tariffs hit. I heard that commercial again about the diamonds, the Genesis Diamonds. They're a jewelry company, and they were talking. They said at the very end of it, "Come in before the tariffs hit." And I'm like, so the metal prices of the rings, like how much more can the metal on the rings be? That can't be a serious price increase, and you can't say that for the diamonds themselves. There's no metal. Oh, maybe the process to create the diamonds? Who knows? I don't know. People can use any excuse these days, and that's kind of the scary thing. You can say that, oh, well, people are paying more for cars, transportation, well, we got to raise the prices on cereal. That's what I'm saying. It can be anything. It's why we always talk about stocking up on the sales as we see them within the means of our budget. And I've added that line within the means of our budget because I understand that not everybody can just go out and stock up on these different things as they come out. One thing I do want to mention, that thank you to our viewers that mentioned this in the comments, and I did look. I normally don't like doing this, okay, because I like the whole element of surprise, the shock factor, the entertainment that I try to put into these videos. But Kroger I did look at the preview ad. I don't normally do that, but Kroger is going to have a digital coupon for Folgers coffee, select Folgers coffees for $7.99. Ones that are $14.99 are going to be on a digital coupon for $7.99. Also, I did notice, I couldn't help it. That's why I don't like looking because I like going in and just kind of being surprised. But we're stocked up to where I can afford to do that. Right? If I needed a battle plan, if I needed a grocery shopping battle plan, then yes, I would look at the preview ad, scope out everything, make sure I have everything ready to go, know what I'm going to get. And that's a good way to shop, because, especially these days, because of how expensive things are. But Folgers Coffee, $7.99, select varieties on a digital coupon, and the buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal is back. Now, the one thing I noticed in the end, we'll just have to check in the store, but it did look like some of the products that are on the buy 5 or more are more than what they were last time. Like some by 50 cents, some even $1 that I noticed. We'll go over those as we go along. But I wanted to put that out here so that you can get a heads up with the whole coffee sale. I know we have thousands and thousands of viewers on the channel here that drink Folgers coffee. So any way we can help each other and save some money on that. You can only buy 5 of them, and I would buy all 5. I've already talked to Mom about this. She's going to buy 5. I'm half tempted to buy 5 for her, so that she has more, just because who knows, coffee could get even higher than what it is now. And it's just crazy, coffee's through the roof. But other things we needed to talk about tonight, there's been a handful of things that you guys have been saying in the comments here that I think we should discuss. And I think it's important, different things that I don't normally cover on the channel, like different soaps and toothpaste and mouthwash and these kind of things. Well, apparently a lot of this stuff is going up too. And these are things that I always say to keep an eye out, right, to try and get the right deals. And I point them out as I go along. I just try, when we're at a grocery store, I try to focus mostly on food, because once you start getting into other things and everything, it gets real complicated for me, hard to put together and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll go back to Kroger for like a second day of the week. That might happen this week. I'm not really sure. There might be a lot to cover. It all depends on how much there is to cover, and really if I can stand going back for a second day within a week. But buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal will be back, and that will probably be back for 3 weeks. Usually that one lasts for 3 weeks. And I'll tell you, if you have Meijer, if you're watching this video and you have Meijer, not Fred Meyer, people keep getting confused with that one. Fred Meyer is actually owned by Kroger. That is a Kroger-owned store. Meijer store, Meijer, which comes out of Michigan. Meijer is from Michigan, as Publix is from Florida. Meijer is from Michigan. And Meijer has spread out some, not like Publix has, but there are Meijer stores. I think it's like 5 states. It's not much. It's Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, a few in Kentucky. I think there might actually be 1 or 2 in Tennessee also, and then I think there's some in Pennsylvania. But there's not many. There might be some might be 1 or 2 in Wisconsin. Not really too sure. There's not many. I still cover, me and Jessica love Meijer. Meijer has great quality produce. I always love getting some of their produce when it's on sale. Sometimes even when it's not on sale, because, sometimes you go in some of these stores, and I won't name which ones, but you guys probably know. Some of the produce is just terrible, right? So you go to Meijer, it's like, yeah, you might pay a little more, but it's going to be good. Kind of like Publix, you're going to pay the price, but it's always delicious. So anyway, some of the other things that people have been talking about, like cleaning supplies, I have noticed where some store brands of like bleach have gone up in price lately. Different cleaning supplies, like different brushes, stuff like that. And I go over in tomorrow's video some of this stuff from where I go, and it's a good way that where some of these items are still pretty decently priced. But a lot of stores right now, and I hate to say it, and you guys know I have this love-hate relationship with Walmart, but a lot of this stuff's going up at Walmart too. Toilet paper's going up at Walmart. Cleaning supplies, which I have not looked at, but a lot of you guys, I did see the bleach the other day or a few weeks ago. But some of you guys have been talking about some of the cleaning products at Walmart and Target. Target is usually a pretty good place for stuff like cleaning products. Those are things that they're usually pretty cheap on, and they also, I don't know if it's going on right now, but they usually have some kind of deal on those kind of products, like household items, where if you spend like $50, you get like a $15 gift card. Just an example. I don't know if that's going on, but they usually have a lot of those things at Target. $15 is $15. I mean, if you're going to spend $50 on that stuff anyway, and that usually includes things like toilet paper and some of these other products. So I always try to watch out for that deal. I don't go to Target as much as I used to. But whenever we see any of those different circle deals and I'm like, oh, we need to go over these, then I'll go to Target and we'll talk about them. But yeah, we just got to keep our eyes out on some of these different things. I'm going to try and cover more as we go along here. Like if I do something with Kroger and we cover all the food on the Buy 5 or More, maybe that next week. Or if I do something a couple days after that, then it's definitely going to be all the different cleaning supplies, stuff like that, because I will have already covered as much food as I want to cover. You know, I'm trying to stay laser focused on the shopping videos right now because I know what's coming. I don't know for a fact, but you look at what has happened in the past over the last few years, you know, and these are the things. Once these things start to pop up, once all these companies have these different excuses to point at, that's when we're going to start seeing a lot of price increases. We've already seen it on some name brands as well. We saw where Campbell's Soup, the chunky soup, went up at Walmart. It's now $2.48 a can, which sounds cheap, right? I mean, because a lot of places it's $2.79 a can, but that's still more expensive for Walmart, as they used to be $2.26, right? And then some of the other ones. Now, Progresso Soup is still the same price, but it ain't gonna be long before that follows. Somebody left in the comments before Progresso Soup that you were tracking it, that it was $1.99 in January. You were right. It was on sale, though. That was a sale. That was not, because it was $2.79 and then actually dropped back down to $2.49 at Kroger. So, and that was the regular price. But they've had some good sales over the winter time on Progresso, and not as much Campbell's. Campbell's Chunky is, I don't know, I feel like they're like, hey, pay the price, that's it. Right now with the metal prices going up, I don't think it's going to be. I think Walmart just was ahead of all this and was like, just raise it now. And then if it gets more than this, I almost said they take a hit. They ain't taking no hit. They ain't taking no hit on nothing. They're making an absolute fortune. And all of these grocery stores are. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, people have been saying, I don't know if you're new viewers or whatever, some people have been saying, oh, he plays favorites to Kroger. He plays favorites to Meijer. No, I don't play favorites to nobody. I play favorites to people who are having the best sales. And I'll say this again, and I'll probably say it a billion more times over the course of this channel, is Kroger is one of the most expensive stores to shop at where you will save the most money. And that's a fact, because I've been through it over and over and over. I've gone through each store, and I've thought about doing videos on this where I literally show you how much money I'm saving at Kroger compared to the same items that I buy at Walmart and spend $20 to $30 more. And you talk about true minimum price. Well, it's only true minimum regular price. If you buy the same items at a store when they're all on sale of the items that you use, you're going to obviously save more on the sale items that you use from that other store, or that you buy from that other store. Kroger also offers fuel points, which save me a lot. If I do most of our shopping, and this is why I don't usually go over this, is because Friday is when we usually do our shopping to get the 4 times fuel points. You know, my aunt was just saying the other day, she's been shopping at Kroger on Friday. She had $1 off a gallon. She just paid $2.09 a gallon because it was $3.09 a gallon. Now, gas has been going up again. I must have dropped down another 10 cents because I was just there. And it was $3.19 a gallon. So I don't know. I keep hearing gas prices are going to be going up like crazy. I did see where diesel around here is still $3.47 a gallon. It has been that for a long time. $3.47 a gallon. I have not seen that change anywhere here in Cincinnati. It's been $3.47 a gallon for a long time, and that's as to where we all want it to be cheaper. At least that hasn't gone up, because when that does, that's when we will see significant price increases on everything. Now, I'm not saying like if it fluctuates and then a company's paying, a few pennies more here this week and then less next week, then I don't expect anything. But if we see diesel prices go up significantly, yes, in the future, that is going to raise prices on everything. So not only will we have price increases on everything that has metal in it, steel and aluminum, we're going to see price increases on top of that with everything else because it's going to cost more for the transportation. See what I'm saying? So basically, this is a Dano service announcement tonight, guys. I just want to remind everybody that this is coming, and to just make sure you're prepared. Make sure that you're ready, or just take it for what you will. This is just information that I believe is happening. Okay, I believe this is going to happen. Whether it does or if it doesn't, great. The way I look at it, and this is how I've always said it on the videos on the channel here, and this is how I've lived my life, okay, is that if I buy it now, knowing that the possibility, or the strong possibility, or almost inevitable, that these are going to go up in price, and I buy it now and save money when I see the sale and the future of the product and the sales of the product, if I buy it now and it doesn't go up in price, great. Well, then I still have my pantry full of stuff that I saved money on, and I will use it in the future. So if I'm wrong, which I hope I am, I always hope I'm wrong in all this, all the time. I hope so. I hope it turns around and says, you know what, we're not going to raise prices. We're going to show that Dano. We're going to keep prices the way they are. I think everything's fine. We may take a little bit of hit on this, which they won't. But, if that's the case, awesome. Awesome. But then you can say, well, okay, I don't care. I'm glad that I went ahead and got it because now I didn't have to pay $14.99 for a thing of coffee. I don't know. I try to help out where I can and kind of just talk about things. When we get a lot of comments of people talking about things that you guys are seeing go up in price around the country, I try to get it out here as quick as possible. There's been comments of some of the over-the-counter medicines going up in price. I was at Walmart the other day. I didn't notice anything as far as great value products. I focus on store brands a lot when it comes to over-the-counter medicines. I don't focus too much on name brand, although I probably should. But I figure most people are probably buying the store brand anyway. And if you're not, you probably should, because acetaminophen and ibuprofen is the same thing. You might like Advil better the way you can swallow Advil. I don't know. Maybe it's got a smoother coating. I don't know. But to pay that extra amount of money for it, I don't know. I always said to myself, I'm like, how do these name brands stay in business? And then I started thinking about it, and I'm kind of like putting this together now. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think these companies, right? These companies buy the Advil, and they literally let it sit on. They literally let it sit on the shelf to advertise for their store brand. Right? Maybe they make more money that way. And then you'll have your few diehards that are just like, nope. I'm going to pay that extra 40% on Advil. And to each their own. No judgment here. If you like Advil, get Advil. No judgment here. I don't care. You could just, maybe it works. It works. This one doesn't. I don't know. And whether it's a psyche thing or not, you do you. You do you. I know people that just do name brand, and that's okay. Name brand Tylenol, go for it. If it may work better, I don't know. I haven't had Tylenol since I was a little kid. I always take the off-brand, Target brand, or Walmart, or whichever one is the cheapest. Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. At least the active ingredient that is, working throughout the body. But anyway, yeah, no judgment on anything. Also, all the angry comments about all the cookies and stuff that I show, all the whatever, you could all quit showing all this processed food stuff. Come on. Just stop. People want to see this stuff too. No judgment, okay? If people want to see snacks, I know we have thousands of people on the channel that like when I show different candy sales. Everybody wants a piece of candy. Everybody wants a cookie. Okay? I don't know. I don't understand why that just angers people. I show produce too. I show beef products. I try to show organic where it's available. I don't know. I've been getting a lot of comments on, oh, you show too much processed foods. You shouldn't eat the processed foods. First of all, you don't really know what I eat. Just because I point it out, that doesn't mean I'm buying it. But either way, I don't know. I just don't understand why people get so angry over those things. I'm just showing things that I know that everybody wants to see. Let me tell you something, too. When I'm showing a product, when I'm showing something on this channel, most of the time, it's something that you guys have asked before. If you know the start of most of my videos, I tell you where I'm at, what we're looking for, what we're doing, and then I add in things that you guys have asked about. 90% of my videos are things that everybody has asked about, and it has been over the course of time, but different Good and Gather products. We have 1,000 people that use Good and Gather from Target. I understand everybody ain't got a super Target or frozen Target aisle, but most of it has Good and Gather, which is good products. People complain about that. Sorry. I like some Good and Gather products. Great value. People complain about great value. It's like you're complaining about saving money and getting good quality. I don't understand it. I don't understand. I love, that's my love part of Walmart. I love pretty much all great value products. I mean, I do. I mean, the quality is really good. I mean, and that's my opinion. That might not be yours. It might be trash, like you say. I don't know. Tastes good to me. I'm still here. I'm still doing videos. I don't know. Anyway, get off that. I don't know. I just don't understand why people get so aggravated. Like, oh, a bag of Doritos. Anyway, I'm kind of going off the rails here. So tomorrow's video, I go over a lot of different products where you're going to save a lot of money. I don't even know if I've spoiled it throughout this video. I don't have time to edit any more out of it, or I'm not going to get it out tonight. So hopefully I didn't spoil where I went tomorrow, but you guys are all going to enjoy it. I can tell you that. And it is a way that you can save a lot of money on a lot of different things that we talked about. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me in this wonderful coffee rant. And yeah, keep stocking up on the sales as you see them within the means of your budget. And we will get through this just like we get through everything else, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.